Hello, my creepy cupcakes, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic October so far. Today I'm doing this vampire look. Let's get into the video. I'm gonna get started by making this latex piece that I have on my forehead. I've mixed up some liquid latex and some flour to create a liquid latex paste. I'm applying it to a face cast that I've already made. I'm dipping my finger into some liquid latex, and this is going to help from the liquid latex sticking to my finger as I smooth out all of the edges and the liquid latex to create a nice smooth surface before I start carving into it. I'm using my palette knife to start creating the divots in the face for the facial expressions. I'm looking off a few different reference images from Buffy the Vampire Slayer and other vampires. And if you don't have a palette knife, then you can definitely use like a toothpick if you want, or something small just to make those indentions in the cast. I heated this one up in the microwave. I did at first 9 seconds and then let it cool down a little bit, and then I did about 6 seconds until finally it was completely ready to be peeled off of the piece. I didn't show myself peeling off the piece or anything like that. You guys have probably seen that a bunch of times already. So yeah, just do your piece, heat it up in the microwave, don't put it in any longer than 10 seconds, and we're ready. I'm gonna start off by gluing my eyebrows down. This is going to protect my eyebrows from the liquid latex piece that we're going to be putting on my forehead. Since this is a smaller prosthetic, I'm just going to be applying some liquid latex to the back of the piece, and I'm going to start securing it to my nose and the bridge of my nose first, and then go ahead and pat it down and make sure that it's nice and secured to my forehead. Once that's secured, I'm taking a wedge sponge and I'm just applying some liquid latex next to the prosthetic. I'm not really trying to apply it on top of the prosthetic because that's gonna make a bump. I don't wanna make it bump. I'm trying to make sure that this is nice and seamless. So I do a couple layers to try to secure and hide that prosthetic line. And then I also applied some liquid latex to the nose area to try to blend that out as well. I'm applying a white cream paint on top of my eyebrows. This just helps fill in any areas that may still be visible within my eyebrows, and it makes it easier to paint on top of and keep the glue from shining through. I'm going to start by priming my eyes with the ABH Eyeshadow Primer. I do one eye at a time because if not, it's going to start creasing. And make sure to blend that out. You definitely don't want this to feel wet. It kind of does need to feel a little dried down before you start applying any eyeshadows on top. For my eyeshadow, I'm dipping into this Makeup a Murder Partner in Crime eyeshadow palette. I'm going into the shade Stolen Heart and Lock Up. The shade Stolen Heart is going to be going over all over my eye. I'm going to be blowing that completely out, and then the shade Lock Up is just going to be concentrated right on top of my lid to make it a very dark, smoky eye. I'm using the Mayron translucent powder, and I'm going to be powdering over the areas that I laid down that liquid latex. I'm also going to be putting powder on top of the prosthetic piece. I noticed it was pretty shiny, and I want to kill that shine before applying any face paints on top of that. I'm going to be applying this Moon Creations white body paint, and I'm applying it to my face with the Mayron sponge. I don't know what kind of sponge this is, just a sponge. I'm also going to mix in some of Mayron's pink body paint to my face as well. I really liked this combination and I wanted to have something else besides pale skin. I'm going to start contouring with this BH Modern Mattes palette, and I'm going into the gray shade, and I'm just going to start carving out my cheekbones. To further darken the cheekbones, I'm going into this Profusion Mattes palette, and I'm using this dark gray, and I'm just gonna keep that pretty close to the line that I've already drawn, and I'm also going to be contouring the sides of my nose as well. With that same gray shade and a small shader brush, I'm gonna go into each of those indentions inside of the prosthetic that I made so that I can really start popping that prosthetic and all of those like wrinkles in the face. I'm also adding 2 lines to the side of that prosthetic. I wanted it to kind of blend in a little bit, and I felt like adding a little bit more wrinkles would help that. I'm smoking out my bottom lash line with those same shadows that I set with my eyelids, and I'm also dragging the eyeshadow from the inner corner down. I'm applying this NYX Cosmetics mascara to my upper and lower lashes. So I'm really obsessed with the shadows that I used on my eyelids, and I wanted to drag that also into the prosthetic piece. So I'm just applying those same colors into the grooves of those wrinkles in that prosthetic. With the NYX Cosmetics Epic Ink Liner, I'm going to start drawing a line on my upper lash line because I'm going to be laying down some lashes on top, so I need that to blend in. And then I'm going to be making like a cat-like shape in the front of my eye, and you can see it here. I applied these Makeup a Murder Evidence Style 6 lashes, and I'm going back over to my contour and I'm going to start adding a little bit of those reddish pink tones that I used on my eyes to my contour. I wanted everything to kind of look seamless, and I felt like the gray looked a little bit out of place, so I wanted to add a little bit of that pink to it. With the Moon Creations body paint in red, I'm going to start making red veins, and I'm using like a very tiny bristled brush. This is actually a brush for like nail art. For my lips, I'm dipping back into those pink and red tones, and I'm going to start smoking out my lips before adding my lipstick on top. And for my lipstick, I'm going in with this purple lipstick from e.l.f. Cosmetics. I'm pretty sure it's called like Vamp something, so I thought that was perfect for this look. And this is the completed look. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, share my YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.